Welcome to the Lunchtime News, broadcasting live here at UBC TV. My name is Wadulo Mark Arnold, your news anchor for the day. And without further ado, let's get straight into the news bulletin. Now, students in Butembo district have been cautioned and warned against participating in strikes and demonstration, and instead urged to focus on the academics to secure a bright future. The resident district commissioner of Butembo, Juliet Najuma Seng Kole, emphasized that student strikes have hindered the development of schools. She urged students to maintain a high level of discipline while at school, and other leaders also cautioned the students against engaging in early sexual relationships, which can lead to early pregnancies and resulting to dropping out of school. Now, this message was delivered at Kabwangasi SS in Butembo district during the pass-out ceremony of over 2,000 patriots from 6 schools. More details in this report.
Have to talk about patriotism, loving the country only, when you don't have discipline. We have seen the young boys and girls who are demonstrating, and I don't expect our patriots here, even if they leave this place, that they will join those bad groups. They cannot join the bad groups because they have the love for their country. When you have the love for your country, you cannot join in demonstration and whatever. Because if there is anything that you need to forward, we have the leaders.
We have early marriages, early pregnancies. In Eastern, it is very common to find a 9-year-old children getting married, giving birth. We are calling upon parents to really stand with us. To really stand with us in appraising our students, to appraise our children, call upon our children. Children also, we want you to be listeners, very good listeners, and we want you to support yourself.
The patriots, that the knowledge you have been getting and the skills, go and put them into practice. Don't just think that you've been passed out today, so everything should end. Go back and make sure you implement. Theme is environmental protection and climate change. So ensure you conserve the environment.
Stay in school, study and finish. Don't take shortcuts. Early marriages, don't do what? Don't follow. Don't join bad groups. Okay? You will live here in your Uganda peacefully.
As per the theme for this year, it is related to environmental protection. If you have been in a position to plant trees within your school compound, then it is the same thing we want you to do even at home.
And furthermore, 8 women-owned businesses have become the first beneficiaries of the Advancing Women Entrepreneurs Initiative launched by MTN Uganda in partnership with the ATC Uganda, among others. This was during a groundbreaking of the project in Maya Manzige in Wakiso district. The CEO of ATC Uganda, Dorothy Semanda Kabagambe, and Sylvia Mulinge, the MTN Uganda Chief Executive Officer, officiated the function and explained that the initiative aims at empowering more women to take up more significant businesses in the telecom sector space. Let's take a look at the details.
This project is essentially geared towards growing women entrepreneurs in the field of technology. And today, as implementing partners and as a tower company that owns, installs, and runs tower telecommunication infrastructure across Uganda, we're excited to be breaking ground on a solar extension project that we're going to be running in support of advancing women entrepreneurs.
Today is a culmination of one such initiative. When we started off this journey, taking our baseline statistics in 2022, we had about 3% of our business was going to women. Today we are very proud to say that we have been able to triple that percentage to about 11%, but this is still something that we are not satisfied about, and we believe there is still massive opportunity for us to be able to grow the participation of women, especially in the spaces where MTN spends most money, which is in network and in IT.
Has given us opportunity as women to showcase our engineering skills and also to show the girls out there that any girl can be anything they want to be, because as we know, engineering has been seen to be male-dominated, but there are also women who can actually play in this scope and deliver.
We can have more ladies in the engineering profession because it is known that it's a male profession, but also ladies can do this. They can excavate, they can climb the towers, they can dig, we can do it.
The Archbishop of Kampala, His Grace Paul Semogedere, has paid a pastoral visit to Uganda Matters High School, Lubaga, as the school celebrated its 58 years of education and spiritual growth. The day featured a profound ceremony where the Archbishop presided over the sacraments of the Holy Communion and confirmation for hundreds of students.
Leero tulina omukolo gw'essomero n'omukolo gw'essomero ogwo tugujaguliza mu biti bisatu. Ekiti ekisooka kukwaniriza Archbishop waffe Paulo Semwogerere kubanga tajjangako wano, guno gwe mulundi ogusoose ffe ng'essomero okumukyaza. Ate ekyokubiri tujaguza olunaku lw'essomero lyaffe olw'abajulizi baffe aba Uganda kubanga essomero lyaffe lirina abawolereza Uganda Matters.
How I wish that you eliminate everything, any vice that will bring a bad name to the Archbishop, a bad name to the cathedral, a bad name to the brothers of Christian instruction. Be mindful of that uniform that you have, that it speaks to the people. That once you have it on, you are representing the Archbishop. So you are supposed to be smart on the street, to be orderly, to be disciplined, to work hard in performance of the school, and also continue winning trophies. Then you would have a good name as a church. Then I will continue being proud of you. So be mindful of this association that you have with the Archbishop of Kampala, because if others are not...
I, Mariam, having been baptized as a child of God, with the help of my parents,
fill them with the spirit of the fear of the Lord, through Christ our Lord.
Amen. May we forgive the way that you forgive us.
And furthermore, Makerere School of Public Health is urging the government to increase its investment in cancer awareness and screening by speeding up the establishment of a cancer treatment center in various regions. This appeal was made by the Dean of the school, Professor Rhoda Wanyenze, during the launch of a cancer awareness book authored by Dr. Geoffrey Musinguzi, a cancer survivor and lecturer at the school.
2, 1.
The cancer awareness book, titled My Journey with Rectal Cancer From Diagnosis to Recovery, was authored by Dr. Geoffrey Musinguzi, a lecturer at Makerere University School of Public Health.
When I was there, then it started sinking in that cancer is not an easy disease. So if they wanted to serve us food, they had to eat. I said, I'm not going to eat. But I said, you must eat. I said, okay. I finally agreed and I ate. I didn't know that I was starting a long journey that was very challenging. And the food was just one of the treatment of the many things, food and eating. was one of those aspects in my care.
In the book, Musinguzi advocates for early screening and highlights strategies for dealing with the stigma associated with cancer diagnosis.
There are a lot of medical errors that I personally experienced. So if I keep quiet about them, nobody will speak about them. I think we need to tighten, there are leakages in the tap. We need to really tighten those leakages because they can actually cost lives. Some of them are really very unfortunate, and I think I would even call it negligence. Maybe I was really negligence. That's really very painful.
Professor Rhoda Wanyezi, the dean of the school, expressed concern over the limited resources allocated to cancer treatment, which deprives many patients of the necessary medication.
We are looking up to the Ministry of Health, the Uganda Cancer Institute, and let's work together to make this journey easier so that beyond the pain and physical and emotional, we don't go into financial catastrophes and selling all we own as a matter of achieving care.
The Ministry of Health is urging the public to be vigilant and seek timely medical attention, especially through early screening. Stakeholders in the health sector address misconceptions surrounding cancer, noting that some individuals seek treatment from herbalists instead of medical professionals.
What is frightening us are the people not showing up for cervical cancer screening. So we need to create more awareness. Childhood cancers, most of them are not associated with these risk factors. So early screening is the answer if we are to detect childhood cancers. And they are also quite many.
Dr. Geoffrey Musinguzi was diagnosed with cancer in 2022 and has since been undergoing treatment. He has conducted research to assist other cancer patients. His book chronicles his journey in the fight against cancer. Komagum Rogers and Abdul Nasir Lugwama, UBC.
The chairperson for the Parliamentary Alliance on Food and Nutrition Security, Milton Mulumba, also the Member of Parliament, Chigulu South, Iganga, has assured the public of a fruitful discussion on the Food and Nutrition Bill. This bill is aimed at creating an enabling environment in Uganda to ensure that all Ugandans are food secure. This was a dialogue with FIAN Uganda on merits of presenting a private member's bill on the floor of Parliament concerning food and nutrition security.
It is a very big challenge to the country. We have areas that have got a surplus food. There are those that have got insufficient food supplies in their areas and harvest. So we want to strike a balance on how to make duty bearers Ugandan is responsible in ensuring that no Ugandan should sleep on an empty stomach. The issue of handouts, food rations in this country is managed by comparing all Ugandans, all households, to have food reserves, food stores, to ensure that they have food that can take them up to the next season.
There is increasing urban poverty. The portion of the people in urban centers like Kampala, Jinja, Mbarara and others that are exposed to food insecurity is on the increase. And if people don't have access to food, then it causes social unrest, it increases poverty, it increases stress, social stress, and comes with a number of negative dimensions of society.
I'm very excited and I look forward to Parliament permitting these private members to go and draft this bill, but I'm equally excited. I will be very excited to see government jumping into the space to really champion it, jumping into the space to ensure that we get this instrument and not to kill it.
We have a lot of private companies interested in the food sector, and we usually say that if it's not safe, it's not food. We want regulations that should help to ensure that people have access to food and safe food for that matter.
And with that, let's take a short commercial break and be back with more lunchtime news. Please do stay tuned.
saako papapatatuwa musonga katino kulo mukaga nga 3 mwezi guno gwa 8 jangu ku Dams Water Kuragime Grounds tunyumirwe ng'okuyingira jijja kuba emitwalo 2 naye tiketi wogigulira ku MTN Momo ogifuna ku mutwalo gumu ye ya VIP ya mitwalo 3 katino nyiga *165*2 noti hash oba kozesa Momo app weegulire tiketi yo ku MTN Momo ku bei rahisi tosuwa abayimbi bonna ab'e Kampala n'ab'e Busoga papapate netegekeddwa Douglas Lwanga ne kutuusibwako MTN.
Together we're unstoppable.
Uganda, are you ready to kick things up to the next level? The Uganda National Lottery brings you Sports Take 10. Predict the results of 10 football games and win big. With tickets at only 500 shillings, join the fun and make your predictions count with Sports Take 10. Sports Take 10, your ticket to football glory.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win. Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Uganda fire! Fire! Uganda! Thank you for showing your fire! Has Nambole Stadium opened its doors once again? While you were moving in, you were the 12th player when Uganda Cranes needed you the most. Through our famous wins against Tubakunda and our unlucky losses, you stood firm, supporting even louder. Now, as Uganda Cranes take on South Africa and Congo this September, South Sudan in October, and play our second legs against South Africa and Congo in November, bring even more fire! Because with your support, Uganda Cranes is unstoppable! Uganda fire! Proudly brought to you by MTN, the #1 supporter of Uganda Cranes. Together, we are unstoppable.
Welcome back to still watching the UBC Lunchtime News, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. Now, more than 2.5 years into Russia's war on Ukraine, Germany is considering slashing military assistance to Kyiv by 50%. Berlin is the European Union's largest donor of military aid to Ukraine and second only to the United States, but domestic politics are casting doubt on that role. Let's take a look at the details.
The Bundestag is preparing its new budget for next year. And among other things, its draft plans to reduce the allocation for military support for Ukraine by half, from $8.8 billion to $4.4 billion. Parties in Germany's coalition government deny accusations from the opposition that Berlin's commitment to Ukraine is in question.
All three government parties, from Social Democrats over Green Party over the Liberals, are still backing Ukraine fully. There's only in the Social Democrats, there are some of the old belief that peace should be brought without weapons. That's wonderful, but I don't see that coming out of Putin's brain right now.
The party's official explanation is that frozen Russian assets can generate billions of dollars for Ukraine under a plan by G7 countries. But there is also the reality that since mid-2022, sanctions have prevented Germany from buying cheap natural gas from Russia, and it had to purchase it at much higher prices from expensive suppliers like Norway. Economists say this has driven overall inflation in Germany. It hit 10% in 2022.
Energy costs initially in the first year after the beginning of the war increased by more than 50%. Food prices over the last 3 years have in Germany increased by more than 35%.
On the streets of Berlin, the price hike seems to be felt in many pockets.
Yes, tremendously. Everything. The price of transportation, food, everything has gone up.
And also if you go to restaurants, it's got very much more expensive going to restaurants. I think a lot of people don't go out so much anymore because it really
And furthermore, the Democratic Republic of Congo says that the monkeypox outbreak has killed over 548 people this year. And health experts say that the epicenter of the outbreak is Goma, where cases continue to rise. The first case of the virus is more dangerous, and it's a variant outside Africa and was recorded in Sweden and Pakistan. Let's take a look.
Around here is like a huge number of cases that are being reported here and there, and currently the 26 provinces of the DRC have been affected. We have reported number of cases in each of these provinces. In Goma currently, where we have more than 200 suspect cases and 59 confirmed cases as of today, the situation just is getting worse and worse, but at least we have, health practitioners at the forefront of this crisis, providing, first aid and coordinating the efforts of all the organizations together to make sure that we limit and stop the spread of the virus.
So what kind of treatment is available for those who have already been infected by Mpox?
So there is an experimental vaccine, first of all, that has been tested that the health practitioners, let's say WHO and other organizations, were utilizing on the first identified cases. But meanwhile, the government of DRC has urged, we're planning to get more vaccines in the country, approximately 3 million doses that needed to just make sure that we have the control over the situation, but also in terms of health system strengthening, making sure that those with capacities at the health facility level are providing the minimum services required to make sure that there is treatment at the health facilities, but also making sure that the prevention measures are being adopted and communicated around the communities that are affected, especially in North Kivu province.
How many provinces, for that matter, because what we hear is that Goma is the epicenter of this outbreak. How far has this spread within the Democratic Republic of Congo?
So currently Goma is going to be the second, if not the third, province affected by this crisis. The 26 provinces of the DRC have at least reported one case, meaning the whole country has been somehow affected by this outbreak. But Goma itself has majorly reported more than 200 suspected cases. And as of today, we have confirmed 59 cases, unlike South Kivu province, where we have more than 1,200 cases that have been confirmed, including other provinces.
And Zai, very quickly tell us, what are the health experts saying might be the root causes of this outbreak?
So we have several assumptions and hypotheses around the outbreak in the area. As we know, it's since 1970s that we have declared that the Global Health Organization have declared, the monkeypox virus. 2022 and 2023, we had, a surge in cases, but in 2023, we have like the situation is a little bit alarming because we went from almost a small number of cases to nearly 14,000 cases today. And what health experts are here talking about is, like the human-to-human transmission, but also the human with, animals like wild animals, including monkeys and so on. So the communication around the prevention of this outbreak is more focused on ensuring that we are limiting the human-to-human transmission, but also the government and all the actors are recommending.
Well, that brings us to the end of our bulletin this afternoon. I'll be your news anchor for the day later on at 8 and 10 p.m., so do sit tight. My name is Wadulo Mark Arnold, and keep watching UBC.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.